Whiskey Tango Charlie, we talk about the bourbon lifestyle all the time, and truly, Charles, the bourbon lifestyle is your palate, what you enjoy, and the exposure that you get with not just different bourbons, but different sensories and different things that you smell and taste. And we're going to tackle the taste of Texas today. Come on and join us.
All right, back to us, man. What a selection. What have you got going on here, Troy? Tell me.
We've got a little bit of Texas going on here, right? Yeah. So our Garrison brothers, which we're really near and dear to, enjoy that pour.
Yeah.
Have several different bottles of it, right?
Yeah.
A Rebecca's Creek. So this one's from right outside of San Antonio. Actually, it's still within the limits, but just on the edge of San Antonio. This is a award-winning distillery, and we have some of that, right? So I'm gonna murder this. I can't even it's almost like a Japanese.
Yeah, whatever. T-A-H. That's probably the easy way to say it.
Right.
Ta. Cask straight bourbon whiskey. But I have to dig into that. It's a little bit different because there's some different wood going on with that. I've remembered. Yep.
Yeah. And then our final pick is a pick that you picked up here.
No, this was funny. This was a gift to me. My oldest son gave this to me as a gift. He and his wife, and Balconies, Texas single malt whiskey. Okay, so single malt. So we've got a couple of bourbons here and a single malt. So interesting. I have some limited experience with single malts. We just kind of taste them off. My palate typically is I sort of gravitate to bourbons. I like the little sweetness, but I have found some really cool single malts along the way. So
yeah. So the way we're going to do this is we can't drink all four of them during a single show. So we're going to go ahead and pick one of them, and this will be a randomizer. Right? So pick a number between 1 and 10.
1 and 10.
Yeah.
All right.
You got one?
Yeah.
What number is it?
7.
7. We're going with Rebecca Creek.
How the hell did that work?
Huh? I've been watching national politics, and I think I understand how things get picked, Charles.
Got it. You had the winner already. All right, cool. Rebecca Creek. All right, cool.
So talk to us about it.
Hey, this is this was a 10-year special reserve. All right, 10-year-old. First of all, Texas to have anything 10 years is quite amazing. So high rye bourbon. This is going to be right up your palate. I'm going to predict the rye man hero, the rye guy.
Yeah.
So this will be right up your palate, I'm sure.
So don't be afraid to do a gracious pour. Well, no, it doesn't have to get like that.
Oh, so should I set it up here in the middle? Let's do that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on this.
You evaporate. I got you.
And
all right.
Throw it in the middle there a little bit, right? We can do the spinning bottle
I love this. I love spinning the bottle, man. This is awesome.
Yeah. So it's a 10-year.
Yeah.
Right. And gives
90 proof. This is 90 proof.
Gives a little history about the distillery there on the back. So
yeah. So, wow. So beautiful nose just right off the bat. And I'm looking at my big flavor wheel down here. Got to start analyzing here. Fruit and floral, maybe. Get some floral notes there. Gosh, I'm gonna look over here to my grain side. Yeah, get the on the grain. Probably there's a hint of corn there. Typical. I mean,
I'm not picking up any rye though. Not on the nose.
Really?
right? So you're talking this is a high
it's,
rye?
that's what's on the back. I just glanced at the back of the label. So
Right.
they call this as our high rye bourbon.
So not getting any barley toasted, nothing. So it does have, with me, it does have a distinct,
I almost get like a mapley syrup and a hint in the background there, but
so this is not the typical caramels, vanillas, and
No.
oaks that we typically pick up.
no. And I'm getting a what is this spice? It's almost slightly to a clove, almost. And I'm looking at my flavor wheel. It's beautiful. First sip, I mean sweetness. Wow, nice sweet.
So I cheated and I went a little bit ahead of you.
I saw you. I chopped.
Right?
Really forward, right at the front of the tongue. Wow.
Yeah. So the typically what I find is the spicier bourbons, the spicier ryes, they do have a lot right there on the tip of the tongue, where we typically talk about, you know, the sweetness part, but it's also a savory.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get the oak, Charles. So why am I not picking up oak?
I don't know. It's kind of strange.
Right.
Considering this as a 10-year, aged out as a 10-year deal. 10-year-old, it gets its color and a soft taste from the new oak char barrels. So, you know, this is kind of interesting because I'm just kind of, I haven't analyzed this, haven't gone in and did a deep dive on this.
So we're not like all the other podcasters where we take all of their notes
No.
and read their notes.
Yeah, no.
No.
No, but I was just looking at this. So this is produced and bottled by Rebecca Distillery.
Yeah.
Rebecca Creek Distillery. So this is not a sourced thing, which I would have thought from Texas. You know, they may have brought some juice in and aged it there a little bit. But wow, nice. Very flavorful. I mean, once you get a second, third sip in, I love how it just hangs with you. It's just sitting there on the palate and saying, wow, hey, hello. You know, you just really, it's coming in. It's like, yeah, and it's still here. And then I'm finally getting, you know, what is it, 3-4 sips now. Finally getting that warming hug here. So delicious, very delicious. Be curious if anybody else out there's had this one, what their thoughts would be. But
yeah, so I've been to San Antonio quite a few times. I have family living there, and I look to visit this summer. Rebecca's Creek. I tried to get out there during Thanksgiving, and with the COVID and everything, was unable to do that. So looking real forward to visiting their establishment and learning more about it. The most intriguing thing to me about Texas bourbons are, and we hear this from Garrison Brothers, the climate is different. It's a lot hotter, right? And the angel share is much greater. So when you think about a 10-year bourbon in the state of Texas,
yeah,
how much is actually left in the barrel when you pour it?
well, going back to, which is I'm finding this surprising, and going back sort of in my memory thoughts, you know, when the last time we were in the Garrison products, I kind of say, if I sort of compared what I think I remember of the Garrison, correct me if I'm wrong, the Garrison is a little more bolder on the palate from what I remember. And this has a softness to us, which is really pleasant. You know, especially 1, Texas, 2 being high rye. There's a degree of softness with this, which I'm finding very appealing.
Yeah, so maybe I'm wooing you over to this rye thing. Huh? What do you think? Right? Get away from all those wheat bourbons and start enjoying the rye side.
Very, very interesting. So about 4th and 5th sip now, it definitely, the spiciness stays very forward, and I mean right to the front front sides of the tongue, just and extremely smooth going down. I mean, there's no burn at all. And then after a minute or two, you finally get some of that nice hug. And so it's just damn. I'd love to have a couple of these on the shelf.
Whiskey Tango Charlie. It's all about the bourbon lifestyle and what the bourbon lifestyle means to you and how particular bourbons set on your palate. I hope if you get an opportunity, you can pick you up some of this Rebecca's Creek somewhere. It's a very smooth, very enjoyable pour. I'm partial to rye anyway. So to the bourbon lifestyle.
Cheers. Cheers, folks.
That's just smooth right there now.